The skinnier version of Matt Benton's not here. He hadn't looked in yet. He was so bad. Anyway, I guess I made up. I got back. Boxing next week.
Good morning, welcome. Thank you for being here. We'll try to be brief as we were last time. I have some very interesting things to share with you today about your community. I'm going to start off with talking about the Trails grants and what is happening there regarding the expansion, the grants we received, and what all it's going to end up being now about around Riverside Park, Sunset Lake, as well as the reservoir. And we have a rendering. I know you'd be disappointed if I didn't, to show you. Please, everybody turn off their cell phone. Sam, take reporting in late. What this tells you is that within the Riverside Park complex and Sunset Lake and now the reservoir, there is almost 5 miles now of trails that have been approved and are being designed. What is great about all that is that the cost of all of this and the grants that we have been successful with, a lot of work by John Eckert and his team. We just received another grant 3 weeks ago for $315,000. We had a grant for $155,000 6 months ago. So we were pushing close to $500,000 in grants for the reservoir and Sunset Lake. All of the 2.1 miles that's in Riverside Park was a part of the contractual layout of what we thought we could do, and we built it. And it's more like sidewalks, if you will. But the trail grants and all are going to be 10 foot wide. They will be asphalt. And they're gonna cost somewhere, because I know somebody's gonna want that number, $180,000 per mile. So if you want to take out Riverside Park, which is already funded, let's just talk about 3 miles. All the math majors in the room will do 3 times 18, please. That's right, 540. At 540, that's almost $500,000 already applied, but we're not done. And the reason we're not done is because almost all of these are 80-20. Outside of what we have integrated in our plan for Riverside Park. And there are other places and other things we're already working on. So the city currently would have to come up with about $140,000 to put the 3 miles in around the reservoir and Sunset Lake. And again, I have sent, John is in a conference in St. Louis with some of his staff. When you see him, Tony and his team, who's helped a lot with all the designs and some of the issues about what sidewalks are, and Acolino and McClellan and CDI, but it's just been a whirlwind of great things culminating in now almost 5 miles of trails in your new parks. Let me go on to, that's a good thing. It's another one of those things, like I said the other day about Riverside Park, I probably won't be using a lot of the exercise equipment. I probably won't be going down the slide, and I probably won't be doing a lot of walking, but I wish I could. So let's move on. Is Chief here? Chief, you want to come forward, please? Chief Ford is on his way, I think. He was off on vacation, and I interrupted that. So when he gets here, we'll just have him join us. Let me tell you what this is all about. This isn't new news. This is things that you've heard before, but there's a couple things that you need to maybe appreciate a little bit more. This is the final rendering. This is it. And if you don't get excited about what that looks like, and why is that important in a lot of other ways? This is the first attempt on our side of Benton to have an integrated fire and police substation. Now, Chief Lane, representing his share, which unfortunately only turned out in this building to be about 20%, which is that little bitty section down there. But I can tell you in the negotiations, he held his own. So Bill Ford has all this other beautiful stuff. But we've got a deal worked out where he gets even. This is the important part for all of you to understand. Not only that, but bids will be open this next week. This should be underway. Bill, come on down here, buddy. I'm sorry, I was supposed to send you a message last night. You're on vacation. I was supposed to remind you that you were one of 5 or 6 this morning when I was sitting in the parking lot texting people, and I forgot to text you.
Sorry about being late.
And Bill and his team did with Chief a lot of long, hard work for the last year or so about making this a reality and what services and what it looks like. And I think the design is stunning myself, and I think it makes a wonderful statement about our public safety and our future. So Bill Ford, Chief Ford, Fire Department dominates this particular scene. That's because it's got 3 bays, it's got big equipment and all the rest of it. You've got 9 people out there all the time, and Chief Lane gets that little thing out there. But everything that goes around comes around. We will be taking over the old senior center April, May of next year, which is over 9,000, almost 10,000 square feet. And Chief Lane will be remodeling the old senior center and making it into a substation for the west side, where we will have a lot of police activities. I don't know all the services, but just a lot of police activities. And he will have 80% of the building. And Chief Ford has a little bitty 1,000 square feet. So they got even. And so, kind of kidding back and forth for the last year, and I said we would do this someday, and so now we're about to do it. And you don't know what's about to happen. But I've always wanted to do this with these two, and I guess because I'm here, I'm going to have a chance to do it. And here's what we're going to do. So if you want a picture that is going to be somewhat unique for me and for them, here it is. And turn around here. Great job.
Really appreciate the mayor supporting this. We will be opening bids. Did you mention
Next
that?
week.
Next week, October 11th. And I don't know how, we had a real good response on how many bids were turned in, which is good on our part. And as from what I can gather, we should have this constructed and open hopefully by the 1st of June. And I will mention that we will be in the process of hiring the staff to staff this station later this year. And we did receive a grant for that for 2 years, 100% paid for.
So $900,000, or I guess 600 and some thousand, that is for the 9 new firefighters. Makes a tremendous difference when you've got 2 years where you can use that funds for something else. Last point about all this is a 1.7 billion. Is that where we still are, or is the number changed again? That's good. 1.7, that's what I thought. And the fire truck that's going in there. The cash has been set aside to pay cash for this. So that's what will happen when we take occupancy. We won't have any debt on this building or lit fire equipment with the 9 new firefighters. Again, thank you for your support and your work on this project. The next one, I don't have actual. Is there something else?
You talking about the next fire station?
No, no.
Okay.
No, you can go sit down. You're not gonna start talking about Station 6. Oh, my goodness. I knew I should have seen it protection. But now he's got 5, all he wants to talk about is Station 6. Let me talk for a quick second about Boys and Girls Club and the lease. And I would like for, is Brent Houston city attorney, did you make it? Okay, Paul White, representing Boys and Girls Club. Jason, I know you're here, because you and I just met, please come forward. Jim Hanley, Jim's here. For about, I don't know, it seems like only a few months, but I guess it's been a lot longer than that. Please, guys. Paul White is the attorney that's been representing the Boys and Girls Club. Our city attorney, Brent Houston, representing the city, and we have been meeting for a number of months. about a very important issue that needs to be addressed legally, and that is the city of Benton, as you all know, they're funding through a tax, building a new Boys and Girls Club that's 52,000 square feet. It's gonna have a chance to serve 700 kids instead of 400 kids, which I think is just absolutely terrific. All these things have to have legal issues and documents. We finished this week the first lease that will be taken to council on Monday night, and I'm going to ask council to give me the authority to sign the first lease of where the city is going to be leasing. I think it's a 3-year lease to the Boys and Girls Club through the director and through the chairman of their board. The new Boys and Girls Club, and then on Tuesday at around 11, they have agreed at their new club to set up tables and appropriate position to have a signing ceremony for the first lease for the new facility. And why do I think that's important? Not just because of the service to the kids, because it's mostly you in this room that made this happen. I mean, I remember telling somebody a few days ago, 3.5 years ago, I didn't even realize how all this was going to be. Brian? This is the young man from Black Hawley and Milton Hughes, who we have all driven crazy in one form or another. Who did all the architectural work and helped guide us through a lot of engineering issues. All I can tell you is that if they want to say something, I'll step out of the way. If you're not going to be proud of what's going on down there with 700 plus kids, we're just down to when can we get it all started, and that was discussions this morning, and I'm just as anxious as anyone to get it all started, but we got to be sure that when we open the doors, it's going to be open and everything is the way it should be. So we'll err a little bit on the side of caution. I can tell you at the latest, we're putting plans in place for the first or second week of April for the grand opening of the entire facility. So no later than that, I assure you they'll be there.
Well, I think the mayor is correct. This was voted on by the people for the people to serve the children in this community. So we're excited. This process started right when the mayor came into office, and this does not happen without the cooperation of many people, including Dr. Skelton, who's here today, and transporting our precious children to the club each day. So that's so important on that partnership, and the leadership from the mayor, and obviously leadership from Mr. Hanley during this process as being the liaison between the city and the club and serving so many youth, and Brian's expertise. But on top of that is our quality staff that are sitting on the back row today, that none of this happens on a day-to-day basis without them. So.
I'll be very brief. On behalf of our team at Black Corley, Owens and Hughes, we have been extremely proud to be a part of this project. This is working with Jason and his team, and the board of directors, has been nothing but a pleasure. And I can tell you that you've got a team of people leading that building that have nothing but the best interest of Saline County youth in mind. And for that reason alone, I'm really proud to be a part of this project.
Thank you very much. If there ever is appropriate words, a labor of love. It's been a lot of hours, but we're close to making it happen. Let's move on. Did Matt make it?
He did.
Okay. Want to come down there, please, Matt? If I get asked once, I get asked 10 times a week. Some months ago, you talked about there was going to be something built on the Harvest Foods parking lot. The answer is yes, and there it is. ACDI, Access Control Devices, Inc. Benton is here to be able to announce the actual groundbreaking date has been set, and I don't want to steal his thunder, so tell him when the groundbreaking is taking place.
Well, yes, it's finally upon us, and it's been a long time waiting for us and the ACDI family, and especially the Lane family. It's been talked about for a while. There's been a lot of speculation, and you can see here, it's the ACDI headquarters. We're proud to be right here in the footprint downtown in Benton, and we're ready. And the mayor has probably called me, if not once, but twice a week for the last, how many weeks, Mayor? We'll just go with 6. That's a good even number, right? But no, we're excited. And next week, it will be official. I believe it's Wednesday, 10 a.m., if I'm correct, that we will, mayor included, we'll get those shovels out. We're going to break ground and get this bad boy underway. So we're ready, we're excited, and we're looking forward to getting plugged in here now more than ever. And that commute to Little Rock, I'll tell you, it's overrated.
I'm excited about the building, I'm excited about what's going there, but I'm also excited about the jobs. You already have 12 or 14 people working here in town in a facility. There's going to be close to 60 people in residence there. Their plans for expansion are unbelievable. And it's going to be a tremendous assist to both our downtown community on the periphery as well as economically the things that it's going to bring to us. And last, probably again one of the worst kept secrets that I've ever been involved in. Well, this time I'll ask Mark and Austin Samuelson and your team to please come forward. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. An interesting challenge. I even remember the day, July the 28th. When through Brad we got some phone calls and some messages that Tacos for Life would like to be in Benton. And it was an interesting next 3 or 4 weeks. You know, I could go through all of the crazy hours and the messages and everything we sent back and forth, and I'll let them do that if they wish, but I'll just say this. This is going to be located in Hurricane Creek Village. It's going to be across, if you will, from when you go Alcoa and you go in and on Slim Chicken Design, your left, which would be the north, where Callahan Motors is currently at. I'm sorry, Michael, on this, why I couldn't be here this morning. They have now bought that property, closed on that property, but there was an issue about sewer. We got all that worked out. Thank you guys for your help. Public utilities, easements, all kind of legal documents. I think we set a record for getting all that kind of stuff done in less than 3 months. Because they kept saying they wanted to start by October
Around the 1st of October.
Yeah. Around the 1st of October. What is today? Around the 1st of October. So with that, I'll introduce Austin and Mark. You guys going to come up and say a few things about how you feel about being in Benton. We're just glad you're here.
Man, we're so excited to be here and to get to join y'all's community. We've opened a couple restaurants in Conway and Fayetteville, and we're working on one in Little Rock, and we've never been received with such a welcome as we have so far here, and it's just been phenomenal. And just Mayor, your team is just amazing. So we're just so grateful. And for those of you guys who don't know about our restaurant, we sell a lot of tacos. But the really fun part about what we do is 22 cents from each meal feeds a child. So this restaurant right here will represent. And you guys are the ones paying for that, so keep clapping, okay? So that only works. That only works when you guys come and eat at the restaurant. And so, and we're just so excited. And that restaurant will represent about 1,000 kids that'll be fed every single day and get a nutritious meal and be told that they're loved and cared for. So simply because we get to be in this great community. So thank you. We're really excited. So thank you.
We really are so excited to be here. I do want to say a special thanks to Mayor Mattingly for we're just amazed at the work that he put in, the city's put in, public utilities to make this happen, because there were a lot of hurdles to get over. And I don't know if there's a Mayor of the Year award for the state of Arkansas, but I'd like to make a nomination for Mayor Mattingly. But I just, what he's done to help us through the process, because he really held our hand, and we just felt so welcome and to come here. We're excited to be here, and excited that you guys can be a part of the mission of what Tacos for Life is all about. And the core of what we're all about is feeding starving kids, and we're excited that you guys can be a part of that. I know that Benton is a great community of volunteerism and giving, and I think that our concept and Benton really fit well together. So we're excited to be here.
I remember hearing 5 years ago about Austin's vision of being able to help end world hunger. And I immediately caught on to it and was excited about what he's doing. But what you don't know is his vision for ending world hunger, it started with a Meal for Meal program with a restaurant. Have you ever looked and wondered how can you make a difference with those kids overseas? He came up with a plan to do this, and it just drew me to Tacos for Life. So over the last 5 years, his vision has gotten even greater and greater. And so we're going to open up a restaurant. We're going to serve incredible, amazing food with incredible service. We commit to that. But when you walk in the doors and you see those people cutting up chicken, fresh chicken every day, making fresh queso every day, cutting up those veggies and stuff like that and serving that food to you, we're not just another restaurant that's opening up our doors. We're opening up a restaurant that invites you to be part of an experience of a greater mission and a greater purpose. And it's a purpose that his vision of helping end world hunger is ingrained into every employee. So when you see those people, they're there to make a difference. Have you ever wondered about going to a job and wondering if you're making a difference? We're fast casual food. Can you make a difference? Every team member at Tacos knows they're there to make a difference, because what statistic Austin didn't share that we don't typically share is that today, by the end of the day, over 6,000 children will actually not live to see tomorrow. And it's not because of a hurricane. It's not because of terrorism. It's not because of some other things. It's solely because of the fact that these children were not given another meal. And Tacos for Life has come up with a plan to help end that. And we're not going to stop. 1,000 meals, Benton. So I'm just inviting the community. Benton, we've got an amazing opportunity to make a real difference in countries like Swaziland and Honduras. And by the way, I just want to invite you, a year from now, we talk about these meals. I'm going to invite everybody here, a year from now, in this community, we're going to invite everybody to actually pack those meals together. This is not some theoretical 22 cents. This is real meals. You get to participate in that in what's called a mobile pack that we're going to do in this community, in this area, 1 year from now, I hope, somewhere around there. And you know what? We want to invite the community to be a part of an experience, not just get great food, but to truly make a difference in the world by just eating at a great restaurant. So join us next fall.
We were fortunate enough yesterday, myself, my wife, and staff to go have lunch at their Conway store. One of the things that they took us on a tour and showed us how it all happens and showed us the packages and all the rest. Stuck out of my mind. And I know you know I'm a freak about economic development, and I'm also very, very pleased to say this is going to help this community. It's going to help a whole lot of kids. That's why our Boys and Girls Club is so important. That's why what you're doing is so important. The Conway store, I think they told me it was 2,100 square feet. The Benton store is going to be 3,900 square feet. 120 people, customers can be seated. Twice the size. That's why you need to be here, because that's what we're all about. So thanks again for being here today. Is there anything else you're advertising? We all have an agreement how we're going to release all this, and I appreciate it. Thank you for working with us on that this afternoon. At this point in time, is there anything else that I have not done? Any signals here? Is there any questions that we can answer for you? We have gone 9 minutes past what I targeted, but that's okay. Any questions anyone has? Okay, best part about all this is I get to say thank you for being here. We stand adjourned and welcome to Benton.